Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. So let's dive in and let's start off with Soroban. So this is going to be a platform that is built out for developers. Currently speaking, it's actually on testnet. It is going to be going into LiveNet at some point in time here soon. I think that it's going to be in I'm going to say quarter two or quarter three of this year from what I've read. But nonetheless, as we do look at Soroban, I do think that this is going to be very exciting. It is going to be integrating and working alongside of Stellar, meaning that there's going to be a lot of exposure for Stellar through this. We even do see like real world utility down here, connect to Stellar's exceptional interoperability by accessing its wide range or variety of on-chain assets, and worldwide on and off ramps, but also scale. So Soroban is built for scalability, especially scalability use cases. So I think that this is going to be very exciting. Also, remember that Stellar Development Foundation already has a $100 million fund for them to have developers across a wide range of networks as well as industries to come over here, learn, experiment, build, and scale projects on Soroban. And I do think that this is going to be very large for DeFi use cases, financial use cases, and even non-financial use cases, which is going to be very exciting. Because, again, like we have a few use cases already built out on Stellar. I just don't think that we have a lot of, large TPS demanding use cases. And I think that that's what will be built through Soroban. So this is actually very exciting for XLM. Now, also, I do want to go to my next topic, which is the idea of, self-implosion. Do I think that these central bankers around the world, including the US, are self-imploding the current financial system to usher in this new financial system? I don't know. I can't really speak on that. I mean, I do think that what we did see within the US, massively printing and spending money that they don't really have, caused us to have this problem that we have today, which is inflation brewing, which we will most likely get to hyperinflation. We're seeing a lot of banks imploding. We're seeing a lot of problems arise around the traditional system. Now, again, you could speculate all day long around if it's self-implosion, to usher in this new system, which is centered out on CBDCs, digital assets, you name it, or not. But to me, from what I've read, from what I've seen around the IMF, the World Economic Forum, and so many other, large entities, they have talked about CBDCs. They have been discussing CBDCs and specifically mentioning DLT and crypto with blockchain technology. This tells me that crypto will 100% be leveraged at some point in time. As we do look at the US, yes, the US is in serious trouble, but it's trouble that they brought on to themselves, right? As we do really kind of look at the life cycle of the US and the US economy, we know that a lot of this is problems from internal. And as we do look at what's happening around a lot of the payment network giants, like even Visa and MasterCard and all of them, they're working with and also leveraging CBDCs. The US will also have a CBDC. The FedNow service, in my opinion, is a welcoming for our CBDC system itself. It has the infrastructure. All it really needs is all the tools in the tool shed, which again, when you look into the tool shed, guess what you see? You see DLT, crypto assets, stable coins, things like that. As we do see over here, this got posted back in April. This is the head of crypto at Visa. And we do see we have an ambitious crypto product roadmap at Visa and just opened a few recs for senior software engineers to help us drive mainstream adoption of public blockchain networks and stablecoin payments. If we actually look at the recent announcement, this happened just 1 hour ago. Visa, Microsoft, and others joined Brazilian CBDC pilot. The interesting thing about Visa joining these CBDC pilots is the fact that Visa could, provide their network for this. Visa wants to digitize their entire network. Visa knows that CBDCs are happening. Visa wants to get in on the game because as a network, they will be the rails for CBDCs as well. And they have to integrate their entire payment network with the CBDC system, which is, again, in my opinion, centered out on DLT and crypto technology. Now, as we do scroll down, this is with a ton of major institutions around the world. And I do think that this is only going to continue to really be streamlined. They want to have a lot of these CBDCs live within the next 1 to 2 years. We know that the ECB is very bullish on CBDCs, and it's because they want control. I mean, central bankers want these CBDCs because They want to reap all the benefits and the rewards of crypto without giving up control. So what do they look for? A CBDC. Now, a lot of people said, say no to CBDCs. Yes, we could do that all day long, but at the end of the day, central bankers will win. Which is why I'm actually investing in the tools in the tool shed, because I do think that they will be the ones that, they go to grab to build out this entire new financial system. As we do look over here at the Digital Pound Foundation, we do see currently over 100 countries are exploring the topic of CBDCs, and while approximately half of them are still in the stage of research and development, there are 39 countries that have either pilot, proof of concept, or launched CBDC initiatives. We have been following this trend for a while around the cbdctracker.org. There is a lot of them popping up. In fact, in 2023, there has been, I think, like 20 plus initiatives already being taken around CBDCs. And it's in huge areas like Saudi Arabia, the UK, the US even. It's happening everywhere. CBDCs are not, an if, it's a when, right? So if we actually really kind of look at this, again, I do believe that crypto and DLT itself will be the main thing, the main infrastructure, if you will, around CBDCs. We do see over here as well from the IMF, what is digital money? This is under a topic, a new era of digital money. This got posted back in June of 2021. When you scroll down, we do see digital forms of money could be a boon for emerging market and lower income economies if the transition is well managed and regulated. Now, this is actually talking about that banking the unbanked, that 1.7 billion people without traditional bank accounts. I do think that that is a huge, significant impact, but I also think that this is going to impact pretty much everyone as well. What do you see? What is digital money? Digital money is the digital representation of value. The public sector can issue digital money called central bank digital currency, essentially a digital version of cash that can be stored and transferred using an internet or mobile application. The private sector can also issue digital money. Some forms can be redeemed for cash at a fixed face value. These are fully backed with very safe and liquid assets and are usually referred to as e-money. Stablecoins can be a form of e-money, but also come in other designs whose value is more volatile. Crypto assets, such as Bitcoin, are issued in their own denominations and are especially volatile, too much to be considered a form of digital money. They're usually considered an investment asset. Now, when we look at this, as we do see the idea, being created around crypto, like this is, it's too much, if you will, to be considered a form of digital money around volatility. We've actually seen this debunked many times in the past, but also the IMF is actually very bullish on crypto, which I will talk to you guys about here in a second as well. But, if we really kind of look at what's happening around digital money, the IMF is going to play a vital role in this. We even do see down here like a global approach. The bigger picture actually extends far beyond each country's borders. The digital money revolution will happen on a global scale. It's already happening. Emerging markets and lower income countries will be affected by the introduction of digital forms of money in larger, more advanced economies. They must be aware of these changes, and the IMF will stand beside them to ensure that the international monetary system continues to work for all countries. And we do see the IMF will play a key role in the new era of digital money. It's all centered out on digital money, CBDCs, stablecoins, all that kind of stuff. Crypto, as we really kind of look at crypto, there is specific ones that are very, very bullish. The ones that are playing alongside these CBDC initiatives. Stellar is one that I believe is playing a vital role, very similar to even Ripple with XLM. We do see Stellar CEO to be part of IMF panel on cross-border payments. This goes all the way back to 2020. Now, previously before this and even after, we have seen Daniel Dixon as well as many other individuals from Stellar, alongside very, very large entities. We're talking about the IMF, the World Economic Forum, the ECB, many other central bankers as well. These are the ones that are playing the role. And I even said over on Twitter as well, like when we look at utility gems, like XRP and XLM are the two main ones that are here to make money move / settle instantly globally. And these use cases are in the trillions of dollars. Now, over here, I also found this as well. This is the U.S. Department of the Treasury report, the future of money and payments. This goes back to September of just last year. Now, if we do scroll down here, we could see DLT. So let me zoom in real quick. So we do see in terms of the underlying infrastructure, this is big, pay attention here. Retail and wholesale CBDC could run on centralized payment systems or distributed ledger technology for processing payments. When we look at this, right, this tells me that DLT will be the infrastructure for this system. Stellar has already outlined this in their PDF. Like if we scroll down and look at this PDF, like it breaks everything down around why Stellar is best fitted for CBDC. These are the infrastructures of tomorrow. We do see Stellar as an open source decentralized blockchain network that was designed with asset issuance in mind. It offers the interoperability and flexibility of a permissioned ledger while processing built-in capabilities to ensure security, certainty, and control, as with a centralized or permissioned ledger. That combination makes it particularly well suited for issuance of CBDCs. It's the same way that Ripple is leveraging the XRP ledger or a private ledger technology built upon XRP ledger for CBDC issuance. These are the players that are behind this new system. They are working alongside the elites, like the IMF, for example. As we do look into this, though, we do see because CBDC is a riskless liability of the central bank, current technology suggests that CBDCs would be transferred on a system administered by the central bank. Technological developments such as DLT could enable a variety of models with roles for specialized intermediaries to initiate, process, and execute CBDC payments. DLT-based systems could be both permissioned, meaning the network of nodes that verify or commit transactions would be pre-approved entities, or permissionless, where any entity with the requisite technology and capacity could act as a node. However, a permissionless system could introduce distributed governance and would present substantial risk for CBDC, such that a central bank would be unlikely to adopt it, meaning they want that permission. They want that private technology. That's why when we look at these DLTs, you got to look at the private ledger technology. The private ledger technology still can leverage the digital assets. We see this happening through Ripple's private ledger technology. They are still leveraging XRP as that bridge asset. The bridge asset is key and crucial actually for the system to actually work, because guess what? You need that decentralized bridge asset to settle those transactions. But this is happening. Like CBDCs are happening, especially even in the US. And this is ultimately the future of money and payments. Like this is a big deal. And it's all through the CBDC ledger design that is leveraging DLT, a permissioned DLT. And this is a big deal. This is actually a huge deal. And I don't think that a lot of people are actually realizing how large this actually is. When you look at crypto, when you look at stablecoins, when you look at things happening around digital assets, like this is here and this is now. I know that we are seeing a lot of issues arise around crypto in terms of like regulatory actions and, you know, the risk imposed. Like we do see this happening all around the world where they're talking about the risk imposed by crypto and how it's, you know, fundamentally, not capable of being utilized for, payment technology and financial technology. But that's the problem, right? We're seeing this narrative being painted around it. See, that's what makes me so bullish on it, is because they're trying to skew the public away from crypto. When they do that, guess what? Usually it means that it's going to be very, very large. They did this with the internet, for example. They did this with cell phones. They did this with everything that is extremely large in force. Except here we have a little bit of a different story. We have technology that could ultimately be, and in my opinion, will be the infrastructure for the new financial system. And that is very large. And if you can get behind that, if you could understand how large that actually is, then guess what? You will become very wealthy because of the overall value that will be transacted through these ledger technologies utilizing digital assets like XLM and XRP that are here to literally make money move and settle instantly at a very efficient rate. Now, also, when we look at these two, I know how easy it is to have these two in mind and say, well, they're competing with each other. So why would I buy XLM? Why should I buy XLM when I already hold XRP? That is fundamentally wrong. When we look at Stellar, when we look at the use cases and the case studies on Stellar, all of the use cases are centered out on P2P transactions. These are for the people, and I do believe that that is exactly what we will see leveraged around these CBDCs. I believe that when we look at the CBDCs, when we have a retail CBDC and A wholesale CBDC, meaning wholesale for B2B and the central bankers, that will be more so leveraged on XRP side. The retail CBDC, more so for P2P, will be leveraged on the XLM side. These two are very, very complementary to each other, and I don't look at them as competitors. Also, by the way, as we do look at the recent SEP24 proposal from Stellar, let's imagine a migrant worker in the United States wants to send a portion of her earnings home to her family in the Philippines. She could visit a Stellar anchor with retail location, convert US dollars into Circle's a fully reserved dollar digital currency, USDC. She could then send the USDC to her family in the Philippines and have them pull out PHP at a MoneyGram location in their neighborhood. So again, this is a full-on, this is by the way, this is from May 5th. This is a full-on example of a retail use case, P2P. So as we do look at Stellar, like I said, this is more so P2P. XRP, way more B2B. Ripple has been overall centered out on institutions and the B2B sector forever, while Stellar has been focused on P2P. That's why I say that these two are here to stay. These two are here working on the future of finance. They're here playing with the giants. They're here playing with the elites. And it's only a matter of time until we really see this vision realized in. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys have more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night. If you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.